Hey guys, thank you for staying with me. If this is your first time here, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. For those who already subscribed, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are having fun and enjoying yourself. So today's tutorial, I promise it's going to be exciting and interesting as much as I can make it. So sometimes last year I got some products from a brand again in Canada, and it's called Beauty by Muahs. So I got this eyeshadow palette from them. It has 5 matte eyeshadow and 5 glitter eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using it today in my tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to give you guys good reviews about it because I've actually used it before, and I'll tell you guys that the pigment of the glitter eyeshadow is really compacted. It's good. It doesn't pour out on your face, and if you really want, I'll put Instagram name in my comment section below, so please you guys should patronize her. And she also sent me a lip gloss as well, and lashes. I've used the lashes a lot of times. If you check my Instagram, you'd have noticed I always tag her whenever I use the lashes, and it's really nice, it's reusable, it's really great. So you guys stay tuned and enjoy today's tutorial. Thank you. Using Omari Code and Breakdown Hydrates, which serves as a moisture maximizer for the face. It moisturizes the face and it enables it also serves as a primer. So I'm using it as a primer today and as a moisture maximizer. It's lightweight and it's a moisturizing cream for the face, for any skin type. It's good for any skin type. Going forward, I'm going to be using my Carbon D foundation in D79 Neutral. I'm using a sponge today because I want my skin work to be very great. Using a sponge is quite different from using a brush because a sponge lets the foundation sink into the skin. A brush also does that, but the thing is, major reason why I use a brush most times is because it consumes less foundation compared to using a sponge. So this particular sponge brand is Beauty Blender, and it's sinking into my skin properly. As you can see, the foundation looks great on my skin already. It looks so smooth, and that is what a sponge does. It makes the foundation look very smooth. I'm using Ferrasushi Professional Makeup Cover and Corrector, a shade lighter than me. It has as a concealer today for me, and this is a shade lighter than myself. So I'm just applying it on my T-zone, that's my forehead, my chin, my nose bridge, and under part of my eye. So it's just to give attention to the face. Today the major highlight for this makeup is the eyeshadow that I'm working with. However, I still need to highlight my face and just to make my face look great. So I'm using a sponge to blend in the concealer into my skin. Like I always say, blending is very key, and as you can see, my concealer looks smooth in my skin already because I'm ensuring to blend it properly into the skin and not to cause any creasing at all. To set my face, I'm using my Fenty Hazelnut setting powder to set the region where I've just highlighted. So I'm using my sponge as well. The sponge is damp, so it makes the setting really easy for me, so I won't be dusting off after a while. So it's just going to set in directly. So I'm setting the under part of my eye, my cheek, my chin, my forehead, and my nose bridge, and I ensure to do this very well to avoid any creasing, because any creasing can destroy the entire makeup. So I'm just going in on it gently. I'm also going to highlight the lower part of my close to my jaw, just to emphasize that particular feature of my face. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to highlight that part, and this enables me to see the part of my face where I want to really contour. As you can see, even without applying a contour powder or concealer, it looks like I already contour my face, however I haven't. To contour my face today, I'm using my Maybelline Cacao. It's one of my favorite contour powder. I like this because it has a shade of purple, which makes it look like I'm wearing a blush, and I'm also wearing a contour powder as well. So I'm sure to just blend it into my skin and blend it in with the setting powder as well, just to make sure that everything looks great. Then using my Zaron face definer, I'm just going to use the contour powder to contour my forehead. So I'm just going to place it gently and blend into my skin. This is very important.
Like I always say, always have a trimmed brow. So now I'm just going to outline my trimmed brow, locate my brow bone, and just outline what I have on my, just outline my brow, then fill. So as you can see, what I've just done is outline the brow, the lower and the upper part of my brow, and I'm filling. And I'm going to just brush to ensure that it looks as natural as possible, doesn't look so dark or too thin or too light. I'm going to do the same thing to the other brow, and I also ensure to sharpen my pencil properly. I'm using a Davis pencil in 3, so I just fill my brow and I brush just to make it look soft and smooth. To correct and highlight my brow bone, I'm using the same concealer I used to highlight my face, to correct and to also highlight my brow bone. So if you notice very well, it's just the brow bone that I'm paying attention to. I'm just going to highlight that portion, and I'm going to blend. Blending is very key, because if you do not blend, the end result is always very terrible. So I'm just going to keep blending, and I'm also going to do the same thing to the other brow. Just going to highlight my brow bone, and I keep blending until it looks great. So I'm doing that gently, blending, and I am placing my concealer first, then highlighting, correcting, and blending with the blending brush. So I'm just going to blend with a bigger blending brush, and I'm going to use a bit of powder because I didn't use concealer all over the brow. So I'm just going to use the powder just to make everything look flawless and look the same as much as I can. Now I'm using a Mary Kay eyeshadow primer just as my eyeshadow base. Then I'll be blending it into my skin with a brush just to make sure it goes round and it sinks into my skin. I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye, blending the highlight of today, the Beauty by Muahs eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to be using the very brownish shade for my eye crease, just like my transition color. The eyeshadow do not have names, so I'm just going to pick that color. It looks brownish, it looks nude, or it's giving this kind of pinkish feel now that I'm applying it in my eye crease. So I just keep applying and blending till I'm satisfied with the color, or till I'm satisfied with the intensity of the color. So for my transition, for my eye contour, that's the corner of my eyes. I'm using a little bit compacted brush and a deep pink, because I don't want it black, so I just want it a color deeper than my transition color. So that's what I'm just doing, and I'm blending with the corners of my eyes. Did you guys notice that this particular eyeshadow is not falling off? This is one of the reasons why I like the Muahs Beauty by Muahs eyeshadow palette. The fact that it doesn't fall off on the skin even after doing a thorough skin work is something I really enjoy about the eyeshadow. Then I just keep blending with my loose brush just to ensure that everything sinks into my skin properly and it looks great, and it's tending towards the kind of look I'm trying to achieve today. I just keep blending till I'm satisfied. Blending into my skin, and it looks really good. Can you guys see? It's getting into the skin and it's looking great. So I'm using my LA Girl eyeshadow primer as well. Just going to put this at the portion where I want to pop a bit. So I want this part of my eyes to pop. It's not getting to my eye crease, so it's just a little part of my eyes. And wiping my hand just to blend the primer into that part of my eye region. So guys, I'm using the glitter pink eyeshadow. Gosh, this particular glitter eyeshadow is one that I have seen that wouldn't drop on the face, and that's one thing I really like and admire about this particular eyeshadow palette. The fact that this the glitter eyeshadow don't fall off anyhow or unnecessarily after applying is something I really like about this particular eyeshadow palette. So as you guys can see, I'm just placing gently and I'm not over blending. I'm just placing quietly, and I'm also using a flat brush just to blend it into my skin. Can you see how it looks like? Can you see how the eyeshadow is even popping? That's another thing you should look out for in this particular eyeshadow, the fact that the eyeshadow pops out really great. Makes me really like the eyeshadow and makes me recommend it to you guys. So you guys go to her page, is Muahs Empire. I'm going to be putting it down in my comment section below, so please and please, if you're in Canada, anywhere in Canada, you can always order and you would always get it delivered to you. Just going over again my brush and now cleaning with my mascara just to make sure my lashes are good and dark. Just brush it properly. Then I'm going to be aligning my eye with a dark eyeliner. It's a Cavendish eyeliner. And to contour my nose, I'm using my classic deep and deep dark with a brush, a loose brush, just to contour the nose, my nose side, the sides of my nose. Since I've already highlighted my nose bridge, so I'm just going to do that gently. Just make sure that I blend it with my powder as well in the eye region. So I'm just doing that gently and carefully so I don't go overboard. Applying my powder, Bare Minerals in Clove 18, with my small powder brush, just to blend those regions where I haven't applied powder before, and also to ensure that my highlight, contour and everything blends in properly into my skin. So I'm just going to be using the powder gently and blending as I apply as well. This is very important to my makeup. This is one of the very important parts of makeup that I always enjoy doing, and I enjoy to do it very, very well. Blending my powder in and ensuring that it's done properly. This is very key for me. I'm also going over my contour again so that there is no harsh line between my contour and my highlight, to ensure that everything blends into my skin properly and looks great at the end of the day. So guys, like you all know, your girl likes to glow, but because today's makeup is not on, attention is not on the glow, I'm just going to use my Glow Minimal, and that's a bronzer. Like I always call a bronzer a glow, because it gives you that glow that you really like when you do your makeup. So I'm just going to use the bronzer on my brow bone, my nose bridge, my forehead, my chin, the top part of my lips, just for emphasis sake, and my cheek. So I always try to smile a bit, then apply, and then that's what I'm doing now. So I'm just ensuring to apply gently and smoothly. It doesn't even look like I'm having a bronzer on my face because it's as minimal as possible. Then to end this, I'm going to be blending my neck region and my face together. So this is a lip gloss by Muahs Beauty. So that's in color 03, and I'm using it on my lip and applying it on my lip. As you guys can see, I'm outlining my lip first. I'm not just applying lip gloss and patting the lips together. The first thing to do is to outline the lip properly, and that's what I'm doing. I'm outlining, I start from my lower lip first, and I go to my upper lip, starting from one side of the lip, then I'm going to the other side of the lip, just to make sure that my lip is defined. Even though I'm wearing a lip gloss, my lip still needs to be properly defined. Going over with my lip gloss again, another lip gloss as well, just to make sure everything looks great and beautiful. Guys, thank you for staying with me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. If this is your first time stopping by on my channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button for amazing videos from me. If you're here already, please do not forget to like, to share, to repost. I'm really looking forward to you guys reposting my videos. I really appreciate that. For those who have been sending in comments, I'm really grateful to you guys. Thank you guys so much. And I advise you guys to please stay clean. Try to sanitize your hand. We already know what's going on everywhere in the world, so please, let's try to be as safe as possible and as health conscious as we can be. So you guys enjoy yourself, enjoy your week.